I welcome my spiritual viewers to my 126th video of my YouTube channel, Writer Sandhanam Speaks. While almost all of the viewers have complimented me and the quality of the video, there is one gentleman who has requested me to show the paper from which I read for more clarity. But I humbly tell him, sorry sir, I don't own a studio nor a monitor to read the paper from. I operate from a single mobile phone. This is the third episode so soon on the Sage THIRUMOOLAR, whose bounteous blessings on me have led to the increase in the number of subscribers, viewers in thousands. The quality of the speaker increases in proportion to the quality of listeners, who have overwhelmed me with their warm, loving, learned and encouraging comments, which I never thought my residential channel, with no sponsors or publicity, manned by a single man, would be watched with this much of joy. Knowledge should not be kept under lock and key, must be distributed generously as it benefits both the giver and the receiver. My favorite English author, Dr. Samuel Johnson's statement always guides me in this respect. Quote, "Wealth and knowledge unspent is useless. Since my little knowledge is more than my limited wealth, I enjoy distributing my knowledge by interpreting the wisdom of sages like THIRUMOOLAR." Now, let us turn to the third episode. As the wisdom of the sage is encyclopedic, he even explains with poetic beauty in this poem the birth of the universe, a travel from the small individual to the big universe, and finally coming down to earth and its elements. The universal poem runs like this. முன்னிக்கு ஒரு மகன், மூர்த்திக்கு இருவர், வன்னிக்கு மூவர், வதுவைக்கு நால்வர், கன்னிக்கு பிள்ளைகள் ஐந்து, முன்னாளில் இல்லை, கன்னியை கன்னியாய் காதலித்தானே. My prosaic English rendering of this mystical poem is this. While the sky's only sun has sound as a characteristic, wind's two suns have sound and touch. Fire's three suns have sound, touch and light. Water's four suns possess sound, touch, light and taste. Lady Earth have five suns, namely sound, touch, light, taste and smell. All these elements were absent at the beginning. But he, with the capital H-E, marrying her, the Virgin Maya, for the first time, all these five elements were created. I could only briefly paraphrase this highly mystical song with my available understanding to the benefit of the viewers. This is a poem on the birth of the five elements, namely sky, wind, fire, water and earth, with the respective special characteristics of sound, touch, light, taste and smell, respectively. Every succeeding elements from sky with one quality of sound possesses 2, 3, 4 and 5 qualities in that order. What is the message? All these five elements are illusory children born of the illusory mother Maya, whose husband is he, both H and E capital, interpreted by scholars as Lord Shiva. What is the further interpretation? In the indirect interpretation by the poet is the world consisting of these five elements are not real but illusory. Hence, do not be attached to these illusory worldly desires. Confirming my second episode, that the non-wisdom eye does not see this illusion, and the ignorant individual gets caught in the cycle of birth and death, resulting in perennial suffering. But what caught my modern eye with wonder is a sentence from the poem. There is nothing before the birth of these elements. Is this nothing really no thing devoid of elements? According to Buddha, it is Sunya with no soul. According to Hindu Vedanta, it is Nirguna with no characteristics. According to the modern scientist Stephen Hawking, it is black hole, where time becomes no time and nothing survives. To quote him from his best-selling book, The Brief History of Time, quote, anything or anyone who falls through the event horizon, that is black hole, will soon reach the region of infinite density and the end of time. Quotation ends. He also quotes St. Augustine, maybe the Western edition of Thirumoolar. Quote, time is a property only of the universe that God created. Quotation ends. Which means there was a state where there was no time. Time came into existence with creation. It is generally agreed by scientists that the universe may be born following the possible Big Bang event. But what was before the birth of Big Bang? Nothing, according to Thirumoolar. Thing he clarifies as elements. While the biblical Genesis starts with the text as, within quotation, in the beginning God created the heavens and earth, quotation ends. In the St. John's scripture, there is this sentence, quotation, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God, and through Him all was made. That is, before creation, God was Word. Can we interpret it as the Hindu Vedantic word Om, containing three syllables, A-U-M, out of which the universe with its elements were born? While guessing and speculations are the prerogative of the scientist dealing with astronomy and cosmology like Stephen Hawking, a sage is certain about his unambiguous observations. An astrophysicist uses the modern instruments like telescope, satellite, etc., and on partial discovery indulges in further speculations and theoretical science. But the sage discovers the truth with his wisdom eye. Another difference. While a sage concurs with his fellow sage, scientists often disagree among them on certain theories. While the modern scientist Heisenberg produced the theory of quantum mechanics of uncertainty principle, another scientist, Einstein, disputed it. While Heisenberg attributed the birth and movement of the universe to uncertain principle, Einstein refuted it, famously saying, God does not play dice. Meaning, God is certain about His creations and not by chance this universe came into being. Again, it is the intellect of man against the intelligence of sage. Stephen Hawking declared himself an atheist, attributing the movement of the celestials in the universe to the kinetic natural force, which I, the spiritualist, replace it with intelligent primordial consciousness. A happy diversion here. I listened to this famous scientist Stephen Hawking in person years ago in 1995 at the Sri Fort Auditorium, New Delhi, while I was the news editor of All India Radio. At that time, I was more interested in the wheelchair-bound person speaking through combination of machines. Very pathetic indeed. What a great scientist. Though a non-scientist like me could not follow his lectures fully, I could see him as a product of 5 elements that Sage THIRUMOOLAR speaks of. Before concluding, here a personal note. I have written 366 essays, diarized essays, an essay per day in Tamil from 1/1/2016 to 31/12/2016. Some say the format is unique, which covers among others subjects like science, spirituality, including Thirumoolar, existence of God, etc. Part 1 of this is printed and published in the book form by the reputed publishers, namely Vijaya Padipagam, Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu. Anybody interested can buy a copy of this and read it. The topic of this book is Sindhanai Alaigal, that is waves of thought. This is only to explain to the viewers that out of my peaceful aloneness, I write and speak, justifying the title of my channel, Writer Sandhanam Speaks. Please await another episode from the wisdom of Thirumoolar's spiritual ocean. Thank you.